We are in Miami. It's a Friday night. That means Combate Global, although we should say our next card is on a Sunday. It will be huge. Check your local listings here on Paramount Plus or wherever you're watching Combate all over this planet, because we're global. We're global. And we're about to get our card off and running as we get anticipation for the main event, the main card. La Jaula will be alight with a cracking preliminary matchup. We have seen some incredible action in the preliminary bouts. We have seen guys that are headed to the main event. We've seen guys that have been on the main event, and girls. This is the main card. It is Gomez versus Reyes ×2, no relation. And then Pablo Caballero, Ernesto Ibara. We talked about the magnitude of what Javier Reyes is trying to do, and if he beats Luis Gomez, he opens eyes of MMA in Latin America, and for that matter, in all corners of the globe. That's coming up later tonight. We're getting ready for the action. You don't have to wait any longer as we are going inside the Jaula in the studios of Univision here in Miami to open up our cards, where we have a UFC, a guy who fought at UFC and had success over there, Jordan Espinosa, making his Combate debut against a Peruvian in Jose Zarauz. Both these guys hit their buttons with the weight. 3-inch height advantage for the Peruvian, although it's a half-inch via the reach that goes towards Espinosa, who's been hearing how good Combate is. Now he is going to experience it. We are ready to get the evening started live from Miami here on Paramount Plus. The only way you get it started is heading it to Lupe Contreras.
Este combate, 3 vueltas, división peso gallo, this bout. 3 rounds in the bantamweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are Lorenzo Toledo, Richard Green y James Lázaro. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando la esquina azul, vestido de rojo, presenting the blue corner. Wearing red, su peso oficial 135 libras. His official weight 135 pounds. En 32 combates a nivel profesional. Mantiene un récord de 22 victorias, 9 derrotas y un empate en 32 pro bouts. He maintains a record of 22 victories against 9 losses and 1 bout even. Representando a Lima, Perú, the mercenary, José Zarauz. Su contrario en la esquina roja, vestido de azul con blanco, his opponent in the red corner, wearing blue with white trim. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 135 libras y un cuarto. He tipped the scales at an official 135 and 1/4 pounds. En 24 combates, mantiene un récord de 15 victorias y 9 derrotas. In 24 bouts as a professional, he maintains a record of 15 victories against 9 losses. De Albuquerque, New Mexico, Jordan, the Gamer Espinosa. El referee, Alana Vélez.
Alana Vélez, the third inside the Jaula. This is a cracking way to start the card. Fighters that have had a ton of success from 2 different walks of life now meeting here, and that's what it's all about. This is what combat sports is. This is mucho más acción. It is Espinosa in the blue and white, already applying the early pressure. As we've seen, he's a decorated wrestler, but he's got hands too, and has had a very good MMA career. He just hopes he can grow from that. Starts with a win over Zarauz, but it won't be easy.
And Zarauz has a great display of wrestling too, as we saw it last time around when he took on Franz Malambo in the Copa Combate, the opening round of that tournament. Jordan Espinosa now coming in. Look out, that opportunity is there. Great catch there of that leg. He has that opportunity. Look out for some switch kicks, switch knees. A very exciting fighter in Jordan Espinosa. Zarauz knows, understands what he's up against. And this is a good opportunity to really display all that hard work that he has put in. He told me, I asked him, what have you done different for the last time that we saw you back in December? He said, I started to train old school, working on those fundamentals. And
what does that mean to you?
Well, it goes back to footwork. It goes back to whether it be takedowns, practice that 100 times. whether practice a punch or a kick 100 times. That's what it is, the fundamentals. And sometimes as fighters, you get too much in your groove and you're too confident and you forget about those little things. But those are the little things that make you and really show you come out of that shell and be the fighter that you are today. Remember what Bruce Lee said, I'm not scared of the guy that knows 100 moves but practices the same kick 1,000 times or 10,000 times.
Switching stances a couple times is Espinosa, sneaking in that jab, although Zarauz with some heavy kicks in response. Already 2 minutes deep into this opening round. Something to remember about Espinosa, and we know the wrestling, but he, in his 15 victories, has 7 submissions. Sharp left hand straight to the jaw of Zarauz.
Darth's choke submission victories. Max and oh, he got clipped with a left hand.
Espinosa has to stop the bleeding figuratively as he gets locked in the clinch. Zarauz going for blood.
Yeah, Espinosa needs to keep his hands up there, getting a little too confident, keeping his hands down. Zarauz is a game fighter, man. He'll
Zarauz, he looks sharp, and we've seen him in the past, Rodolfo. Back in May of 2021, he lost to Jordan Beltran. It wasn't a good night for him. The Malambo fight, certainly a step in the right direction. To me, early days, he looks like he's even taken a step up in his preparation.
Very confident. You see that he is game fighter. He left himself open there as Espinosa followed in with a shot. Gave him a little bit of whiplash. Great combination, 1-2 combination. Hitting it with that right leg to the lead leg of Zarauz. And now switching stance. Espinosa just keeps on switching stance to throw off Zarauz. And this is what we saw Zarauz do to Malambo, but Espinosa is, his wrestling is top notch. So interesting to see where these two guys.
He's gone through into the guard.
Yeah, let's check this out here where they take this bout on the floor, because both of them are decorated in wrestling.
Trying to get the back of Espinosa and Rodolfo. We're going to see it later with Javier Reyes, and now we're seeing it with Zarauz as he gets well into the guard, trying to clear it. These are fighters that have great records, but they've got so many wins in Colombia. In the case of Zarauz in Peru, there's always, yeah, you can do it here, but can you do it in Combate? Can you do it in the United States? Can you do it in Mexico? They hear it all the time. He wants to prove that we in Peru can get it done. Having got that training over here, you can see an improved fighter. It's just a matter of getting these reps, of getting that tutelage, and you can see Zarauz has put the work in.
Well, he's showing his work right here today, bringing it to Espinosa on the floor. Last time that Espinosa was in this position, it just didn't go his way in his last competition. He lost that one, but most of the time was on the floor of the canvas.
Keep working, Jose.
And just to finish that thought, 22 wins for Zarauz, but the folks will say, well, he got a lot of those in Peru. It doesn't count, but they do count. He's still a good fighter. You don't win 22 fights by not being talented.
Any fight counts, you know. I invite anyone to step inside the cage and earn 22 victories.
That's
I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is against.
Still a relatively young man, and getting a lot of fights early certainly takes a little tread off, as he's had a great opening round. He has had the upper hand on Espinosa from the jump.
And you have to remember with Peru, they've had their fair share of experience in the MMA, and we'll explore a little bit that topic a little later on.
We do Humberto Bandenay, who fought for the lightweight title a couple years ago, as we end the first round.
¿Cómo te sientes? Bien. ¿Sí?
Taking a listen into the corner of Zarauz.
Yeah, they asked him right now, how do you feel? And Zarauz said, I feel good.
I think you have to cross a lot of the checklists if you're the corner of Zarauz.
Absolutely. Look at the replay here. Zarauz going with the striking game. Espinosa switching stance to throw off Zarauz, but Zarauz just wasn't phased. Goes for the fake front kick, followed in with some shots, and then going to the wrestling. Great now single leg takedown. Great stuff from Zarauz.
Ready here for the second round, and Jordan Espinosa, perhaps Zarauz, a bit of an unknown. He's got some tape on him now. 5 minutes to perhaps change a game plan, perhaps stick to what he had, just be a little bit more effective as he looks to find the range. It is Zarauz in the Peruvian red.
So we were talking about Zarauz and all these competitions that he had in South America, but Peru is one of the top countries with MMA. They have some top promotions there that's producing constant fight cards. You got to remember, Peru's not that far away from Brazil. And, and a lot of these Brazilians have made their way, taking some of the jiu-jitsu, their MMA knowledge, and taking it to Peru, Argentina, Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay, and on and on and on.
The Peruvian tutelage, and obviously you think of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and the prevalence it has, it starts to seep into these other South American countries. It's a matter of time. We know it's going to happen, whether it's next year or in 5 years, where South America is going to provide elite fighters fighting at the very top here at Combate. It's already happening, and Zarauz is trying to speed up the progress.
Espinosa being very confident, taunting a little bit Zarauz, playing around, but he got hit there with that left hook from Zarauz. Espinosa keeps putting his phaser, trying to call him in. Zarauz now sticking to the wrestling. And here's an open scoring, Max.
Single leg for Zarauz, who continues to be the aggressor, and as you see in the scoring, the man with the upper hand. And we talked about getting good training. He did train with Frankie Edgar, was training with Team Bad Boys, you pointed out, and all of that matters. It can be 5 minutes. You soak it in. You are an open book, and Zarauz aggressive and appreciative of becoming a better student.
As a fighter, every opportunity, whether it's training with Frankie Edgar for a day, or whether it's just listening to a seminar, you learn something new from these guys and you apply that to your fight game. And that's an opportunity to really improve yourself. You know, you're going up against these guys that have been in the game, that have outperformed, that you look up to, and they become your teachers.
Oh, good left hand by Espinosa. A little grin on his face. He says, finally the breakthrough. And Zarauz covers up with that right hand. Another sharp hand there by Espinosa, who's enjoying his best stretch of the fight. Goes for the single leg again.
One point to mention here, Max, both these guys are very studious people. Espinosa earning a computer engineering degree, and Zarauz studying to be a marine engineer.
I mean, what is that? Is that like submarines?
That's a pretty, you know.
Is that tying like motors to dolphins and swimming with them like Aquaman? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All respect to engineers. Where would we be at without the engineers? And as we said, the majority of the fighters here in Combate, college educated, very learned, very articulate. Espinosa also, New Mexico wrestling champ. He trains it in Scottsdale, Arizona, as Rodolfo pointed out, with the likes of Henry Cejudo, and a computer engineering degree. So engineering and computers, top of the list.
And you can find them on Twitch playing video games. That's why hence his nickname, The Gamer.
In his bio, he said he recently put 200 hours into a video game. I don't know if you want to announce that to opponents.
No, I had this conversation. They get to come again. Yes, dedicated 200 hours to video games. These games take a long time.
Yeah, they do.
But I'll tell you this, you got to be careful here. Espinosa in a deep position, an elbow. Zarauz looking here for a potential submission. Let's say he wraps around his legs. Wrapping around, trying to soften up Espinosa.
Wrist control. Zarauz trying to get that triangle in so he has complete control. Rear naked choke. He's got it in. 50 seconds.
Exactly what he was waiting for, but he does not howl up beside him, which is pretty difficult.
Yes, the hips go down.
He has to lay him flat.
He's laid him flat.
There it is, and he could be
tap.
There it is.
The biggest win in Jose Zarauz's career. Te amo, Peru. And it is written on his face.
That is huge, Max. Zarauz to defeat a guy like Jordan Espinosa. Man, you know, now it makes me wonder, what would have happened if that fight that he had with Malamba would have gone 3 rounds?
What a moment. That one's for me.
Wow.
He's put in the work, folks.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. 7 fights in UFC for Espinosa. He didn't look that accomplished next to Zarauz, who just showed how tough Combate is.
Great work from Zarauz. Just to show you there that working on those fundamentals, something very common in MMA, like a rear naked choke, you know?
Big time fighter there at featherweight. Another name to remember at 145. We'll be back. One thing we do at Combate that maybe other companies don't do is we encourage the fighters to bring in their flags. And look at Zarauz clutching that Peruvian flag. Let's go to the official decision in Lupe Contreras.
La esquina azul consigue la sumisión con un tiempo oficial de 4 minutos, 19 segundos del segundo episodio. The blue corner gets a submission with an official time of 4 minutes, 19 seconds of the second round. El ganador por Mata León, the winner by way of rear naked choke de Lima, Peru, the mercenary, José Zarauz.
23 wins.
Man, Miami's a pisco sour after that one.
That's a little bit rich for me. Pisco, the national drink of Peru, and certainly celebrate. Peruanos, this is your night. Your guy, victorious. We'll be back. Much more Combate. Jose Zarauz making relatively quick work of Jordan Espinosa as the Ghostbusters, as that's Campbell's designation. Get the fight, get the Jaula ready for the next fight. Jose Zarauz, 2 fights in Combate. He wasn't quite there for Jordan Beltran. Got knocked out in the second round. Gave Franz Malambo a fight that we would later discover was a really good loss because Malambo would go on to win the Copa. And now, every fight getting better and better where he was dominant here against Espinosa.
Right from the top, he was very composed, very patient. Espinosa, you can see that he was switching stance a lot. That was to throw off Zarauz. He knew what he was up against. He did catch him with that left hook, but Zarauz kept chasing him and chasing him. And if you were to just see that last fight that Espinosa had, the last time around that he was in action, it was pretty much a mirror image of it. Straight down, single leg takedown, and then look for that submission. Now, it's a little challenging to apply the rear naked choke for this position because you have Lahala next to you, but he was able to flatten him out and land that submission. Unlike Espinosa's last fight, that went to the decision, but this time around, Zarauz ended this fight in the second round. Great victory for the Peruvian. I'm sure Peru right now is celebrating a lot.
His 5th submission victory. Not shabby, and his 23rd win, and his biggest because it sets the table to open some doors here in the bantamweight division. He's fought at 145 now, showing his dominance at 135. He looked bigger and stronger. He's a big Super Mario fan with the tattoos.
I mean, I was about to say, you see the mushroom, you got Yoshi in there.
I'm glad you're here because I don't know their names, I just know where they're from. We're a good team, folks. We cover all the bases. Get it going. More from Combate Global.
Mi nombre es Melissa Gómez, tengo 30 años y vengo de Santiago de Chile. Lo que me motiva es mi hija. ¿Sí? Tengo una hija de 3 años, que tengo a su mamá que es guerrera, que no se va a rendir así como así. Bueno, en estos momentos me estoy solamente dedicando a entrenar y ver a mi hija. O sea, mis tiempos es levantarme muy temprano, ir a dejarla al jardín, irme a entrenar, ir a buscarla, ir a entrenar de nuevo. Que creo que es lo que me diferencia de mis oponentes. El ser mamá, yo creo que a cualquier mujer le cambia mucho su percepción. Describiría mi estilo de pelea como bien versátil. Me gusta harto el boxeo, la pelea en pie, pero tanto puedo llevar la pelea al suelo y es como se va dando en realidad. Estoy disfrutando cada momento. Bueno, la pelea del viernes sé que peleo con una chica que es mexicana, Reyes, es una chica que va bien para adelante, bien fuerte, así Así que vamos a encontrarnos dos fuertes ahí. Sí, creo que voy a ganar. Confío mucho en lo que he entrenado. Le he puesto todo el corazón, toda la garra. Este momento lo vengo esperando hace harto tiempo, así que no voy a dejar nada ahí.
Our main card awaits. Crossing the intercoastal into the bridges that separate Miami and Miami Beach. Miami Heat got the Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers are in trouble. Miami Heat might be in trouble.
Yeah, don't get me started with that.
So you don't have to watch that. If you're in Miami,
let's stick to the MMA.
You could be a Celtics fan or a Tampa Bay Lightning fan, and you're pumped, right? We're just here about the fights. We're ready for the next one. The Sandstorm versus Choco. Two great guys. Ivan Castillo, who has fought 35 times against Jimmy Sandlin, although just 4 years the senior, 2 inches taller, 5 inches versus the reach. We've seen it from Choco. His arms are long. He uses that to his benefit. This is at a catch weight of 167 pounds. We are ready to go inside the jaula. And Lupe Contreras.
Continuamos con mucha más acción. Este duelo 3 vueltas a un peso pactado a 168 libras. We continue with much more action this bout at a catch weight of 168 pounds. Los jueces son, the judges are James Lázaro, Lorenzo Toledo, and Richard Green. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. En la esquina azul, vestido de azul in the blue corner, wearing blue. Su peso oficial, 166 libras y un cuarto is official weight, 166 and 1/4 pounds. En su 10º combate dentro de la jaula, con 5 victorias y 4 derrotas. He enters la jaula for the 10th time as a professional, with 5 victories against 4 losses. From Carlisle, Ohio, Jimmy Sandstorm Sandlin. Su rival en la esquina roja, vestido de verde, his opponent in the red corner, wearing green. Su peso oficial, 167 libras y media, his official weight, 167 and 1/2 pounds. En su 37º combate a nivel profesional, con 22 victorias y 14 derrotas. He enters la jaula for the 37th time as a professional, with 22 victories against 14 losses. De Ensenada, Baja California, México, Iván El Choco Castillo. El referee, Raúl Porrata.
Raúl Porrata and his bigote, the third inside the jaula.
Play my commands and protect yourselves at all times. So deja mis órdenes y protege en todos momentos. Toquen guantes, touch gloves, back to your corners.
Jimmy Sandlin, the Sandstorm. He came to him in the middle of the night in a dream.
Kudos to both these guys. They accepted this fight, and they're just game fighters. Sandlin, once again, returns. Great wrestling, great striking. Submitted his last opponent, and then Ivan Choco Castillo got submitted by Claudio Quintana, who made his debut in La Jaula. But Ivan is just a game fighter.
Almost like a crucifix there as he's got that left arm trying to get under. You see the strength of Choco.
Yeah, he tried to do a fireman's carry, Sandlin.
Choco is naturally 170. We've seen him fight at 155. When he comes in and takes the fight on short notice, and you mentioned he was on vacation in Peru. He wasn't in vacation down there in
the
Baja California or Cabo San Lucas. It was Peru with his family. Got the call and he says, yep. And part of it was he lost. And it was a really impressive, I wouldn't say it's a bad loss. It was an impressive win by Claudio Quintana, who looked like he was shot out of a cannon. Was really just eager, and he got Choco Castillo as a guillotine attempt underneath that arm as well.
And also to just a big piggyback for that, Max. Remember, Ivan wasn't scheduled to compete against Quintana. He was scheduled to compete against Enrique Gonzalez, who suffered
Baby
an
Bull
injury.
had an injury.
So I mean, it just goes to show you, this guy, you know, some fighters say, I'll fight anyone. He literally fights anyone. He doesn't pick and choose. You give me an opponent, I'll be in there for you.
Jimmy Sandlin, it's about piecing together victories. You know, if a win is good, which he did get in March against Ruben Lozana, first round guillotine, and he's working on the guillotine again. And you can see the size advantage of Choco Castillo, who might give up his back here.
Yeah, he tried to get that wrist to flip him over. That backfired. Now Jimmy Sandlin here, full advantage, using great wrestling to control that fight.
Choco, very nice to get back to his feet. He got some gloves on the way up.
The fight turns to the feet.
Sandlin lost 2 fights in 2021 in Combate. He's 1-2 overall. Gets the 2-2 in this company and a winning streak. Good right hand there by Castillo. Not much on those kicks from Sandlin. Plenty in that kick though from Choco.
He was able to catch that there with the hands, forearms, blocked it.
Sandlin's corner trying to get him to go to the body of Castillo. Easier said than done, although he does go route 1 there with that left hand.
Sandlin trying to land some shots.
Overhand right, Castillo.
Has to keep that hands up.
Sandlin's just, it looks like he's trying to get underneath Choco. Just, he knows there's the bigger guy with that huge reach.
Yeah, he's trying to go for the wrestling.
It's going to be hard.
Choco has a pretty good wrestling takedown defense.
Choco's
so
so
got
long.
out.
It's a long man, arms and legs for days.
Sandlin needs to check those legs.
Got to get out of dodge. Oh, uppercut.
Oh,
Sandlin's now got in close quarters. This is where he wants to be.
This is where it is. He's trying to get some ground and pound action, but be careful because...
Oh, armbar. Still there, the wrist control there from Castillo. Guillotine attempt. That right arm is lodged there. We encourage you. We'll try and lay out a little bit so you can hear the corners to get an idea of what is being said to the fighters. It really is fascinating how they fight and take the coaching along the way.
And it gives you that opportunity in the setting where Combate
Big squeeze, guillotine. Nope, it's got some space. He's trying to crank, but he can't get it underneath the chin. Castillo's well aware of what's going on.
Castillo's had his chin down, trying to go for a knee. Oh, an exchange.
Back to the feet. So he's saying Castillo's tired. And he, remember, very short notice, got on a plane.
He was on vacation.
Listen, when you're on vacation, you're not thinking you're going to fight. You're eating, you're enjoying. You're not going for runs at 5 a.m., which is usually his routine.
Sandlin, though, playing that distance as soon as Ibara comes in. Great footwork.
And just to point out, Rodolfo, when we saw Choco 3 weeks ago, he was lean. And he's still in great shape, but he's not fight lean. It's a little different. You can see the water in his body. It's a little bit harder to clean out.
20 seconds, Jimmy.
Combate is very appreciative of these fighters coming in here. So hard to keep a card. With COVID, with injuries, it happens more often than you'd like, but it's part of the game as we look like we're going to reach round 2. And we will. It's interesting what you say about the moving pieces. In a perfect world, Castillo fights Enrique Baby Bull Gonzalez. Maybe he wins that fight. Instead, he loses. He's got to pick up the pieces and fight somebody he wasn't expected. Jimmy Sandlin expected someone else. I guess it all comes out in the wash and all even, but it's still very challenging.
Just to add on, Max, when they say when the 1, the 2, the 3, each camp, each team, each coach has a different number for the shots, but typically a 1 will be a jab, a 2 will be a cross, a 3 will be a left hook, a 4 will be a right hook.
Choco Castillo flying in with some big uppercuts. Sandlin puts him on his backside.
Pure wrestling here from Jimmy Sandlin, as we saw. And I'm sure he's going to go and attempt to carry on.
Castillo.
Yeah, he's going to carry on from where he left off in the previous round.
It was a close first round. I mean, Sandlin had a lot of positives. We'll find out here with the open scoring. Jimmy Sandlin, we know wrestling is a great base, but you need to have more. You need to build the the grappling. You need to build the strike, the submission skills.
Well, he's using those hips, using that pure wrestling. Double leg takedown, now going to the back. Castillo could be in trouble there.
That right leg hooked around. Castillo tries to get up on that back. Slips off. Look out below.
And there's the open scoring.
Sandlin wins the first round, officially. Oh, he sits him down. Now he's got a little piggyback ride.
Oh. This is where Sandlin wants him.
Just like Zarauz, we're seeing improvement from Sandlin from fight to fight.
And now he's turning it over, gets him grounded.
Oh, that's uncomfortable for Castillo. He's got to fuck him off. He does. Guillotine.
There it is.
You heard the corner say it.
Wrapping in the legs around to bring him down.
Castillo's still in there.
We can't see from this angle. I don't know if he has his chin down.
Looks like he's out.
Yeah.
He's out. What a hard guy to submit with that length.
And that's just fighter's instincts, man. That's just...
Sandlin, that took a lot of energy to get there, but now he's battling from the low ground. Gets back on the back. Catch as catch can right now here.
Great transition.
North-south.
It's defending itself. He couldn't get a crucifix if he was positioned that arm down straight to the middle.
Side control, Sandlin.
Hand on the face, drop that low. Yes, right there.
He'll probably pierce that left or that right hand, and he can land some shots if he's able to put his knee over it. But now he's gonna switch, get mount. Got the different point of view of that camera. You get an opportunity for a knee here. There it is.
So many fighters here in Combate. Jimmy Sandlin fought in a tournament. He did it in November. First round loss to the Alley Cat, who we saw last week, Samuel Alvarez, via the submission. So active, and listening to the corner time and time again is Sandstorm Sandlin. Straight right.
Yeah, in the corner, Castillo says more faster, quicker shots. Sandlin's corner saying, go for the top and then go for the bottom. Work the bottom or work the body. Shot to the leg. He has been in that inner leg kick.
Castillo has to get on his horse here, Rodolfo. And by the way, the corner can tell him if he won or lost the round. I would imagine it's in his best interest to be told that, because he needs to be more active and needs to win this second round.
Yeah, different type of Castillo, but again, he just took the fight just a day's notice.
It's a risk. And
very risky.
By the way, win or lose,
he's a winner no matter what. I mean, it's a fighter, but yes.
But a few weeks from now, they don't remember you took it at last minute. They'll see loss. They'll see W. So it's a big risk for fighters, but that's why you have to take your hat off to them. They know the positive element of getting a win on short notice outweighs the negative. Not always.
It's been pure wrestling here from Sandlin.
Under a minute to go here, round two. Again, perhaps a third guillotine attempt. That right arm is going to prevent it. Castillo smashes him on the way out.
Great elbow from Sandlin.
Good kick. Castillo has to double up here. He does look, he's breathing out of his mouth. He's definitely not at ultimate fitness. And this is a guy who prides himself in his fitness when you talk about Choco Castillo. By the way, my favorite introduction by Lupe when he says Ivan Castillo. Ivan Choco Castillo.
Well, Castillo right now creates some great shots for that position.
Since his last fight, Castillo says he starts training at 5 a.m., working on conditioning. Will it start to show? Good finish here to round two. Tie clinch, throwing. We'll go to round three. Some signs that Sandlin's slowing down a little bit.
You know, I saw that, but I think he may be playing possum. We don't know. I mean, remember, he understands that Choco's gas was running a little low. He picked up that pace towards the end of the second round, but don't be fooled. Here we go. Here's a replay. Choco Castillo with a stand-up game. Sandlin, of course, with his wrestling takedown, beautifully executed.
Big drop.
Ready? Listo? Acción!
entertaining first 2 rounds. Now it is round 3. Choco working that left hand.
Sandlin needs to move his head. He's taking these shots. He's not cutting corners. Castillo just keeps coming right at him with those jabs. If you notice towards the end of that round, his corner was saying, move your head. He's coming in forward. He's not being cautious. No bobbing and weaving.
What about the extra weight? Both these guys are 155ers. They're both about 10 pounds above that limit. You can see it. You can see the muscle definition from Sandlin and certainly the extra weight on Castillo. How do you think that's affecting this fight?
That could slow down your game. That could definitely slow down your game. When you prepare for a fight with efficient timing and you cut that weight, your cardio is up, it plays a huge factor in a fight with that extra weight.
Castillo, when you look at his body, you'd say welterweight, 170. But he's trying to get there at 155. He's fighting guys at 155. He's having a great 3rd round, although it's just a minute and change in. Getting that right hand.
Oof.
Drop Sandlin.
Once again, you hear the corner of Sandlin. Move your head, move your head.
He's being a idle or a stationary target. Little unconventional there with those overhand lefts. Just don't reach for it. Do not get caught with your hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, because Choco is the one that's pressuring Sandlin. And Sandlin has just, he presses that button and goes straight down to wrestling where he feels more comfortable, his bread and butter.
Castillo finding his groove in the striking.
Very confident with the striking. As we await the open scoring.
Sandlin.
We're going to, shortly we're going to see that open scoring here for the 2nd round.
The right hands are all connecting now from Castillo. Sandlin's trying to close the gap again. See if he can maybe try one more guillotine.
And none of these guys are checking the kicks.
Just to finish the thought about Choco Castillo. Training at 5 a.m., working on conditioning, MMA training. In the evening, he trains boxing and jiu-jitsu. Also, 2 days out of the week, he travels and gets his Muay Thai in. Halfway through the 3rd.
That's exhausting to travel all that time.
It's exhausting to read it, I can imagine. And I hope he can pick up his vacation. Someone travels to Peru, it's a lifetime trip. Maybe they're going to Machu Picchu, I don't know where it is, but that's when you go with your family, that's the intent, to see a part of the world that everyone should see. I haven't seen it yet, it's certainly on my list. Speaking of Peru, Jose Zarauz winning our first fight. Peruano.
I got a sneak peek at Google Earth.
One day.
Those kicks just aren't coming in with power from Sandlin. Even though his shots are...
almost caught a big knee. Sandlin does have the single leg.
Here's the open scoring, Max.
Oh, Sandlin gets round 2.
Well, it has to do in favor to the wrestling that he's had a lot of control.
So, I am sure that Choco Castillo's corner told him that you lost the first 2 and was telling the way he started round 3. Immediately threw a right hand in the opening 2nd. Gets the back.
They're going to sweep the turn. Soften him up.
Oh, almost out, but no side control.
He's going to try to go for the mount here. He's going to find a way. He even heard the corner to flatten back out, as you heard him say it.
Choco Castillo, 5 straight wins. That winning streak ended 3 weeks ago. Now he is hoping to avoid a losing streak. Gets out of the side control, fires away.
Jimmy needs to move that head. He's been getting hit nonstop. He's not moving his head.
With a minute to go, Sandlin's going to win if he plays this smart.
Even when he throws in that right hand, you see himself open. He needs to protect himself. Keep those hands up. Look how he gets. See how Choco just hit him with the right. He came in and left himself wide open right here again.
Drop the head.
Yeah, he's dropping the head and throwing in just haymakers. And it's a dangerous position. You got 35 seconds. You're winning the fight. Don't expose yourself. Imagine you get knocked out if you've been winning the entire fight.
Castillo's winning this 3rd round, it would appear, but he needs more than just the win of the round, based on our official scoring, which has Sandlin up 20-18.
Well, good move on Jimmy Sandlin here to slow the pace of the fight with 16 seconds left.
Sits him down. Puts a backpack on Castillo.
Yeah, he's going to try to put his legs there, put the legs in between to prohibit. Spin around. That's a point for Castillo.
Clearly Castillo knows he lost the first 2. gonna run out of time though. Hats off for Choco for taking this fight.
And Sandlin too. He
Jimmy
took the
Sandlin,
fight.
unexpected opponent. His hair's a little longer. He's a little scruffier.
1 year, 8 months.
Missed what he said at the beginning. We'll see if we can get it. But we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back for the official decision. The Sandstorm may be on his way to a winning streak. Find out next here, Combate Global. We go right into the jaula. We are ready for the official decision. Lupe Contreras.
Después de 3 vueltas, los jueces están de acuerdo con tarjetas idénticas de 29 a 28 after 3 rounds. The judges are in complete agreement with identical scores of 29 to 28. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Los tres a favor del vencedor por decisión unánime. Jimmy Sandstorm Sandlin.
Sandlin improves to 6-4, back-to-back wins. March and May, and now he looks to build off of that. He's been hitting the weight room. Tony Padilla, our matchmaker, inside the jaula with him.
Great stuff from Jimmy Sandlin. Great wrestling, just pure. Kudos to both men accepting this fight at day's notice.
Donning the old red, white, and blue. And the preliminary fights, we put a bow on them. We get ready for the main card next.
And here, let's take a look at the recap. Max, Sandlin, Castillo coming in straight out of vacation and straight
USA,
to the
Mexico.
jaula. Classic match between these two countries. Soccer, sports in general. Jimmy Sandlin bringing in his A game in wrestling right from the start. Had some difficulties with the exchanging of the shots, keeping his head right as a target. His corner was telling him to move his head, and he went right down to his bread and butter of pure wrestling. It was a catch weight at 168 pounds. Choco banking on his striking game, but Sandlin just wasn't having it. He knew that his bread and butter is his wrestling, and he stayed with it. As you can see, more exchanges, straight down, double leg takedown from Jimmy Sandlin. He did have the opportunities to lay some submissions as he attempted the guillotine right here. Was looking for the referee cam, but it came a little too short. Throwing in an elbow in that exchange or that position. And then Choco here thinking that he was finish off Sandlin with some exchanges, but once again, Sandlin changing levels and went to the wrestling game, where he felt very comfortable throughout the fight. More exchanging from both men. Again, Sandlin leaving himself open, getting some of those shots. He did protect himself, putting up his hands, not getting hit by that kick. But once again, just feint from Castillo. Both men just faded in there. More wrestling from Sandlin, just back and forth. Great stuff, and the victory goes to the American Jimmy Sandstorm Sandlin. Another victory for him inside La Jaula. As we look at the stats.
Sandlin, he waited for those moments to get engaged, and despite all the striking from Choco Castillo, look at the takedown. Sandlin very effective.
That's the key. The 11 takedowns that Jimmy Sandlin had against Castillo allowed him to put his hands on the wheel and really control and dictate where this fight was going to go. Hence the reason why he took this victory inside La Jaula. Jimmy Sandlin and Ivan Castillo. And Ivan, again, he can't walk out of this La Jaula here with his head down, taking this fight on day's notice, taking some time away from his vacation.
We hope
maybe this is vacation for him too.
Well, maybe he can pick it up. I doubt it. I don't think they're waiting for him back in Peru, but we hope he can hit a reset there and enjoy his time with his family. No one deserves it any more than Choco Castillo. So now we get ready for the main card, which will include a flyweight bout. We are getting a better idea of who are the contenders, and both these guys could be there, including this man, Pablo Killer Caballero.
This guy is an exciting dude, willing to exchange no matter what. Had a little exploration in a bare knuckle boxing 2021 top fight. And he plans to bring that same energy inside La Jaula. And then on the other side, Ernesto Ibara. Great fight against Gerardo Graniel, another game competitor, elite athlete. Will be once again returning to La Jaula. Great stand-up, good wrestling as well, well-rounded fighter. And both of these men, they're just not going to hold back. They even said it in the pre-interviews prior to the fight. Let's give the fans the fight of the night as we take a look at the main card, Max.
We both agree this is going to be the fight of the night. Doesn't mean it is. We don't want to put too much pressure on it, but we have seen these guys get ready, and they have called it, and their past fights suggest this is a ticking time bomb which is about to blow up inside the jaula. Melissa Gomez, JHARELY Reyes, and then Luis Gomez, Javier Reyes. Here in Miami, the preliminaries were good, but now we get the main card, which we always know can be a little bit better. But sometimes the prelims are better. But I think tonight the main card's going to be better. We're all very excited.
Or the overall fight card is better.
Yes, the overall fight card. We're here to entertain from Miami. There'll be a time where this show goes on the road. Miami's been a wonderful home for Combate Global, like everything else, trying to get its bearings once again to find its way to how things used to be. Great fighters coming. Javier, BLAIR, Reyes. Well, does he do what Jose Zarauz does and build his country inside the jaula? The Stallion, Ernesto Ibara versus Pablo, Killer Caballero. 125, the main event will be at featherweight at 145. The ladies will be fighting at atomweight at 105.
Really looking forward to Melissa and JHARELY going at it toe-to-toe. Both these ladies making their debut inside La Jaula, but Reyes has so much after that fight that she competed as a youngster at the amateurs level, taking on a male competitor and defeating that person in 22 seconds, a 1-2 combination takedown, and then submitting her male opponent. And Melissa Gomez also competed with males in jiu-jitsu. Shows how much fortitude these ladies have.
We'll be ready for the main card, top of the hour. Settle in. We like to go late night on a Friday night. We're thrilled to have you wherever you are, all over the world, tuning in for Combate Global. It is a global brand, hence the name. And we'll see stars from Cuba and Colombia, Mexico, Argentina, Chile, coming your way. It all begins. Pablo Caballero, Ernesto Ibara, main card. Coming your way next, we will be in the flyweights. My favorite division in Combate. It's next.
JHARELY Reyes, tengo 21 años de edad y soy de México, de Tijuana, Baja California, pero represento Ensenada. Soy arte marcialista desde los 4 años, pues ya tenía mucho tiempo entrenando. Se me dio una pelea amateur, la gané, me invitaron a otra y conforme fui ganando, pues me fui relacionando más con el deporte. Pues dentro del deporte, como mujer, creo que siempre son más apoyados los hombres por el hecho de que somos muy poquitas mujeres, pero creo que a la vez hay empresas muy buenas como Combate Global que apoyan mucho más también a las mujeres. Entonces creo que poco a poco estamos demostrando que también podemos, que también somos fuertes y que también podemos dar las mejores peleas. Pues llegar a Combate Global creo que es un sueño más hecho realidad. Todo el campamento lo mentalicé, lo visualicé. Siempre había querido llegar aquí y ahora que estoy aquí creo que, como les digo a todos, estoy viviendo el sueño. Primero Dios, quiero ser pues un exponente de Combate Global y en un futuro una meta a largo plazo es poder ser campeona de Combate Global. Mi oponente pues, es Melissa Gómez. Solo sé que pues, es mamá, tiene mucho tiempo sin pelear y es boxeadora. Que esté lista, que se prepare y que venga con todo el corazón porque lo va a ocupar.
We are in Miami, main card time. 3 big fights after an entertaining preliminary pair of contests. Miami, the backdrop as it always is. Freedom Tower illuminated. And now we are in La Jaula, front and center. Fights in the men's flyweight and featherweight division, women's atomweight division. Rankings are coming out soon. As they call it in the industry, a big tentpole event coming up next Sunday with the Black Spartan David Martinez. It's an exciting time to be a fan of Combate Global. And every Friday, these cards deliver. There's no reason to think it won't do it again. Max Pretos, Rodolfo Roman. We'll get it going here with Killer Caballero, the Stallion Ibara.
Yeah, you mentioned about Martinez. His title will not be on the line, but he's taking on a game fighter, Arturo Vergara, who just defeated his previous opponent with a flying knee in 9 seconds, Max. That just goes to show you the excitement that this man will bring all the way from Chile here inside La Jaula.
This is the main card, the main event. Luis Iron Tiger, the Iron Tiger, the man who taught him everything was the Tiger. We'll talk about that story. He will face Javier Reyes. Melissa Gomez will face the challenge of JHARELY Reyes. And coming up next, Pablo Caballero, Ernesto Ibara in the flyweight division. There is the head-to-head. We are ready to go in the flyweights. Lupe Contreras.
Las reglas oficiales de la jaula, 3 vueltas de 5 minutos, 3 jueces utilizando el sistema de 10 puntos. Este duelo en la división peso mosca, this bout. En the flyweight division, los jueces son, the judges are Lorenzo Toledo, Richard Green y James Lázaro. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. En la esquina azul, vestido de celeste con blanco. In the blue corner, wearing light blue with white, su peso oficial 125 libras, his official weight 125 pounds. A nivel profesional, mantiene un récord de 8 victorias y 8 derrotas. As a professional, he maintains a record of 8 victories against 8 losses. De Rafaela, Santa Fe, Argentina, Pablo Killer Caballero. En la esquina roja, vestido del tricolor mexicano, verde, blanco y rojo. In the red corner, wearing the colors of Mexico, green, white and red. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 125 libras y un cuarto. He tipped the scales at an official 125 1/4 pounds. En su octavo combate a nivel profesional, con 6 victorias y 1 derrota. He enters la jaula for the 8th time as a professional, with 6 victories against 1 lone defeat. De Ensenada, Baja California, México, Ernesto Stallion Ibarra. El referee, Alana Vélez.
Alana Vélez, the third inside La Jaula.
Instructions in the locker room, obey my commands.
Oh, yeah.
Protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch him off guard, head, come out fight. Judge.
You can feel that, Max.
We can feel it. This is going to be good, folks. Killer Caballero.
Fighter, you ready? You ready?
Stallion Ibarra. Caballero in the celeste of his country, Argentina, showing the pride as he picture framed his flag behind him. Opening round here against Ernesto Ibarra.
Now this is the feel-out stage. They know what they're capable of doing. They know that they can stand and bang. They're gonna feel it out a bit, and then you'll, little by little, you'll see both of these guys will pick up the pace in this fight.
Caballero with a massively impressive fight over Mikey Reyes. We saw Mikey Reyes a few weeks ago, and he was impressive in a victory. And he wants to be up on the pecking order of flyweights rankings when they come out. I can't wait to see that. It's going to be some heavy hitters at the top. Who will be at the top? Maybe one of these two dudes.
Pablo Caballero training with the Futures MMA out of Cape Coral, Florida, the west coast of Florida. Ernesto Ibara training, as I mentioned, with the Blaxicans. A civil engineer from the Universidad Autónoma de Baja California.
Very nice. College educated, these fighters. And Pablo Caballero, we always hear about flyweights. They don't finish fights. Pablo Caballero, who's normally a bantamweight, he fights at flyweight, has had 7 victories. All of them were finished, either TKO or submission. 3 via the TKO, 4 via the sub.
Great work by Ibara, checking those kicks from Caballero. You know, sometimes when you're in that position and they're kicking, you're so concentrated with your hands and what you're gonna do, and you forget to check the kicks. And man, once they start laying those kicks over and over and over again, it starts doing damage. So very important to check those kicks.
Ernesto Ibara is a big flyweight. You know, if you can maintain and make weight and he feels good, then you have a very good chance to be effective here and a champion perhaps.
And notice that.
Oh, good combination.
It's just a matter of time until that. It's just going to crack and both these guys are just going to go in exchange. They really, you can tell that they just really respect each other. They know what they are capable of doing. So they're being.
Oh, he dropped him.
Down, Max.
Ibara now as they get into the clinch and Caballero going for the underhooks. They separate. Misses.
Here we go, Max. This is it. Now we've passed that stage of feeling it out. Now they're gonna rock and roll. There it is, 1-2.
This is a great start for Ibara. Ernesto Ibara, who beat Gerardo Graniel in the main event back in November. He did lose to Alan Cantu in May of 2021. That's his only defeat.
Man, what a great shot from Ibara. Caught Caballero. Saw a gap there. Caballero using that jab to force him in. Another shot. Same position, same shot as landed previously from Ibara. Check those kicks though from Ibara.
Good contact. Caballero starting to feel the strength of the Stallion. Caballero, ahead of this fight, we asked him what kind of fighter, what kind of style do you have? He goes, it's complete. I like to put on a show. I go for violence. He started as a street fighter. They said, you're pretty good at this. Woo! So he took a step up. Says he does MMA, gave him discipline. Getting out of his comfort zone is key. He's not in a comfort zone now. We can say that much.
All right, if you notice, the corner of Pablo Caballero told him baila, which means dance. That's why he was there doing a little flashiness with his footwork.
A little tango. Looks over at his corner there. Getting his bearings here with about a minute left in the opening round, but the counter punch of Ibara right there. Again, just precise. I mean, Ibara's throwing darts with those jabs.
It comes down with technique, Max, and Ibara said it in his interview, I have better technique.
Remarkable that this is the first fight on the main card. This would be a main event most nights. Caballero hoping to get to those lofty heights. Ibara's been there, wants to get back again.
Ibara's corner.
Good lead kicks.
Yeah, Ibara's corner trying to throw a right and a hook.
Goes low, goes high, goes low again, does Caballero. 20 seconds to go, opening round.
And look at Caballero. Flat dancing again inside La Jaula to throw him off.
Oh, he got his legs buckled there.
Yeah, but Caballero, Ernesto is just so patient. You know, he just looks for that opening. He's too quick.
Two tough guys here. Caballero's had some challenges here, but he's still in this fight.
Caballero just wants to trade, man. Stop the kicking. Let's go.
It's smart strategy by Ibara. Keep the distance, because if Caballero gets close, he finishes fights. We didn't hear what was said, but Caballero kept moving his head as if he knows that's something that he needs to improve on in this second round, because he's been getting caught. Ibara, as I said, very direct and fast.
Ibara's just fast. Every time that Caballero comes in with that jab, he tends to put that right hand just a little low, which leaves that gap opening for Ibara to land the uppercut. And he did it in the first round about 2-3 times.
Ibara in the tricolor of Mexico, green, white, and red, as Lupe points out. Diagnosed with hepatitis C, which was an illness that changed his life. Had to visit doctors. He would be limited. And it says he gave him more meaning to fighting. Something that most people can't overcome. He's overcome it to become one of the best flyweights anywhere right now.
And you'll see Caballero, every time that he comes in really close to Ernesto, he'll kind of swat that hand to push it away. But that he leaves himself open doing that. And as we look at the...
No surprise there.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful round for Ibara.
He's picking and choosing where he wants to land those shots. It's just too fast, man. Ibara's really fast.
I mean, Ibara's still in diapers in his MMA career at 26. 7 fights, won 6.
And man, Caballero just... Both these guys, they just love to strike.
Such an active body is Caballero. He wants to strike, it's just out of his reach.
I won't be surprised if Caballero explores the ground game.
And Caballero's just a tough dude. And he's going to be there till the very end. Like, you feel like you're winning a fight, but if you give him a little opening, you could ask Mikey Reyes, he'll punish you. He has won 3 of his last 4. Had a pretty mediocre start to his MMA career, but he's doing much better now. In 3 of those last 4 of those fights, 2 first-round knockouts.
Ooh, see himself open with that straight. And then Caballero followed up with a right.
The head movement, it's pretty pronounced here for Caballero.
Well, the thing with Caballero when he throws,
getting closer.
At times he throws a little wild. And when he does that, that's when that opening, Ibara smells it like a shark smelling blood.
Caballero's taken so many blows, and he knows he has to close the gap. The gap is closing. There he goes.
Now, Caballero, as he comes inside the pocket, keep those hands up and start striking. Be very cautious with it because Ibara's fast. He's a very quick striker.
Now the kicks are in full display. Caballero trying to get into that blind spot of Ibara, moving to his left.
Now Ibara switching around, dancing around to throw off Ibara. Great inside kick.
Much better round for Caballero.
Much better.
Kick, 2, 3, 4 kicks. 5.
Another kick.
And they're connecting. This is making Ibara think. Big kick in return, though.
He's working on those legs, Max. Great strategy from Ibara to slow him down because every time Ibara will keep coming in. Look at that right leg now. It's a little bruised up, a little red.
Ibara trying to caught that left hand. He caught Caballero, and now they engage. This could be good for Caballero, but Ibara dumps him.
All right, this could get very interesting here. The elbow from Ibara.
Caballero back to his feet.
Get some knees in the clinch.
Ernesto Ibara does have 2 submission victories.
Ibara has that underhook, or had it. Now Pablo moving the head to break it, the fight right to the center of La Jaula.
Caballero could win this round, 1:20 to even things up.
Yeah, a different type of fighter in this round. More strategic, working on those legs, breaking down the legs of Ibara. Now Ibara understands that those kicks from Caballero has been doing some damage. He woke up and now he's checking and moving around. Missing.
Ooh, good punch.
Yeah, allowing him to miss those kicks.
Ibara's work rate not there. Looking to counter punch, but he counter punches very effectively there with a combination. Under a minute to go.
Caballero now very cautious, putting up those hands. Different fighter from that first round.
Sweeping kick. So much energy. These guys have very, very deep tanks. Plenty in reserve as well.
Caballero's just been landing that kick to the left, the lead leg.
Ibara's a good defensive fighter here, Rodolfo. He's blocking a lot that's coming in. So counter-punching, but also quelling much of what Caballero's throwing. Reppin' Ensenada. A couple fighters from there here tonight, including JHARELY Reyes coming up next.
Look at Caballero, that head moving, trying to throw off Ibara.
Did Caballero do enough in round 2?
Great kick blocked. Caballero, that's going to end it.
These guys are going to be battered and bruised at the end of this one. Every strike sent with conviction.
Well, I'm sure both these guys, it's 5 minutes left. They understand what's at stake. They want that fight of the night. They're gonna bring it.
Pablo Caballero beat Mikey Reyes with a third-round guillotine. All 7 victories did not go the distance. Makes him a very dangerous fighter here. The leg's still very active. Keeps going to the left.
I like how Caballero adjusted in that second round. That footwork, completely different from the original one that we saw in that first round. Moving around, dancing. He listened to his corner.
One kick catching that fleshy part of the quad of
Woo, look how red that
the
is.
stallion. Yep. Ugh. Gotta double him up. There's another one.
And he's been eating him all day long. It's right in that second round. He's just been attacking that lead leg. Ernesto needs to check those kicks. There it is.
Oh. Ernesto Ibara said his style is a mix between wrestling and jiu-jitsu. He called it lujitsu. Half lucha, half jiu-jitsu. All Ibara wins the second round too in the official scoring. It's open, so these are the scores.
So Caballero understands. Maybe his corner told him. You got 2 choices: knockout, submission.
It's been all striking here, despite the pedigree in submission of these 2 fighters. Another kick on that inside leg. Caballero knows he's onto something, but he's got to have much more output. Big kick to the midsection. He gave it everything there.
Yeah, Caballero smart, attacking that leg. Just keeps attacking that leg constantly. So many kicks.
Upstairs, downstairs,
Another
high,
one.
low. Caballero's had a good second round. Not good enough to win it, though, unfortunately for him. Third round, he's doing much of the same. This is a very close fight.
Javier keeps attacking that lead leg of Ibara. And if you notice, Max,
Another kick on that inside leg.
that footwork, that movement from Ibara has slowed down, and he's switching stance.
Can't keep that right leg out like that, although he shows it again to Caballero.
He's switching stance now to protect it.
You can take so much. You never know. One time you get one and the leg just gives. We've seen it in the past. That one drags out that right leg again. Caballero's still working outside of the right leg.
And Ibara's bleeding. Can't get that shot
paint the fighter.
There it is.
Paint him with punches.
Well, Caballero needs to be real fast, because he has 2 minutes left.
Rodolfo, how about this engine on Caballero?
I'm telling you, these guys are machines, and Caballero, I mean, it's just non-stop. He's literally like a freight train.
125.
But he has to, if he wants to win this fight.
Big knee,
He
although
has to go for the kill.
Caballero's getting a 3-for-1 on strikes. Keeps that. The corner saying attack that leg, and you can see it. It looks like a tomato now. It's red.
Oh, it's already bulging. Look how swollen up it is.
Yeah, these are 125-pounders, so their legs are not built out of a tree trunk. Otherwise, they'd be 155ers. And that hurt him.
You know, if Caballero would have started off with that strategy in the first round, I think we would have had a different.
The question is, can Ibara take 90 more seconds of that? That leg is tender.
Yeah, that's the question.
Comes in with the right. That left leg he can't use. He backs it out of there. Awkward stance here for Ibara. It's about self-preservation at this point.
We're marking down to 1 minute. Caballero just needs to go for the end. He has to finish the fight if he wants to win it. Minute left, Max. Caballero needs to close that range, attack.
The noises that Caballero makes after every strike.
He has to shoot.
Ibara's in some discomfort here. There's a lot of time to lose this fight if you're the stallion.
Oh, there's definitely, Ibara's is definitely in pain with that red
Again,
flag.
ouch, that hurt me. Killer Caballero living to his nickname.
That inner thigh, it just hurts like hell, Max. It's really bad. You have no idea.
This isn't a 10-8 round for Caballero, but it's somewhere in between 10-9 and 10-8. It's been that dominant. Boom.
Non-stop, and it's all because of that attack of the lead leg of Ibara.
And
he's attacking it from all angles, whether it's the inner or the outer.
These fighters are so tough. You cannot imagine having the night after having your leg attacked like that. But Ibara played defensive in the third round. It should be enough for him as we hear the final bell.
And that's why he was playing the distance. He didn't want to get kicked there again. Oh, they look at each other hard, man.
Vamos!
Oh, woo!
You gotta love it.
Love it.
The ultimate respect.
Love it.
Going brow to brow to say, let's do this again.
Love it.
Un show. Shouts it out to Rafaela, his hometown in the province of Santa Fe in Argentina. Saludos a todos los argentinos que están escuchando esta noche. Whether they're here in the U.S. or down in Argentina, we know they love fighting. Argentina, to me, is one of the true undiscovered countries. We know there's some tough people down there. They just need the training, they need the gyms, and when that happens, you know, maybe you have a Brazil effect. The way the MMA has been taken in that country, creating champion after champion, superstar after superstar. I always get the feeling that's possible in Argentina. Back inside the jaula, how dominant was that third round for Caballero? We're about to find out. Was it dominant enough to...
Just non-stop attack of that lead leg, leaving it ruby red. He played the distance, came inside. Every time that Ernesto came in, he'll attack that leg. He attacked it so much that Ibara forgot to check it. But now we await the results. To Lupe Contreras, we go.
To Lupe.
Los jueces entregan tarjetas idénticas de 29-28, the judges turning identical scores of 29-28. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision, los tres a favor del vencedor por decisión unánime. Ernesto Stallion Ibarra.
Well, with the open scoring, as soon as we knew it was a unanimous decision, you knew Ibarra won. The only hope for Caballero, as his sweat rips right through his flag, as if they somehow gave him a 10-8 round. It didn't happen. He may have won the second round. In the end, he's second best, but a top dude nonetheless. We have another big card, as they call in the business, the tent pole. Sunday, May the 29th, the stars will be out. The Black Spartan, David Martinez, the best at 135 pounds. Huge card. David Martinez will face the challenge of Arturo El Macaco Vergara, unbeaten kickboxer out of Chile. That is coming your way the next Sunday, and it's all about the Black Spartan, who's been waiting patiently since winning tournaments in 2021 to get back inside the jaula. Martinez, the first name of Combate, between him and his sister, who have been absolute rock stars.
And he has a tough challenge against Arturo Vergara. His last victory was a 9-second win via flying knee. So that is what he's up against. And Martinez can't take this guy lightly. I know there was a change of opponent. Originally, he was supposed to fight Franz Polan before the title. The title will not be on the line. But if Vergara were to win, you got to put him up right there to potentially get a title shot either next if Franz can't make it.
We're getting ready for the co-main event. JHARELY Reyes, representing Mexico, facing Melissa Gomez of Chile. Coming your way.
Mi nombre es Luis Raúl Gómez, vengo de Cuba, de Ciudad de Ávila y tengo 27 años de edad. Mi apodo es Luis Iron Tiger Gómez y el apodo surge de mi antiguo entrenador y yo le agregué el Iron. Lo que más me gusta de practicar de MMA es que amo mi trabajo, es para lo que nací y disfruto todo el procedimiento que consiste en hacer una pelea y el entrenamiento. Mi anterior pelea Fue una victoria excelente para mí, fue mi 9ª victoria. Y la estrategia era mantenerlo en el piso y golpearlo y darle ground and pound, y así fue. Mi oponente esta noche es Javier BLAIR Reyes. Es muy buen peleador, tiene un buen récord hasta ahora, hasta que se encontró conmigo. Lamentablemente yo voy en busca de mi victoria 100% y pienso que la pelea se puede desarrollar lo mismo arriba que abajo, pero pienso que tengo las condiciones para terminarlo arriba o abajo. Esta noche pueden esperar de mí un combate explosivo, un combate de mucho poder, de muchos golpes. El mensaje que le quiero mandar a mi oponente es que felicidades siempre por su baby. Estoy muy feliz, los niños son muy buenos y es agradable, pero si él quiere obtener la victoria tiene que ir por otro lado, porque yo voy 100% a buscar la mía.
The Intercoastal of Miami, the backdrop where all the fighters come. This is fighting country, some of the best gyms on the planet within a few miles of where we are. The Jaula. Inside the facilities at Univision, it was built for this, a place where MMA fighters can come over from all over the globe to compete, to be some of the world's best. Our Campbell McLaren with Eugenio Derbez, one of the biggest stars on the planet.
Got some nice shadow boxing there.
Well, he is the biggest star in Mexico, and so much so that he's become a star in the United States in 2 languages. As a movie, as a comedian, as well as in TV shows. JHARELY Reyes laughing as she's probably seen a lot of Eugenio Derbez. Big sports fan. We are back. JHARELY Reyes and Melissa Gomez both making their professional debuts. JHARELY Reyes getting all the rage, all the pub. We'll talk about her victory in 22 seconds back in 2018 over men. Melissa Gomez, a big underdog, but anything can happen.
Women never disappoint here inside La Jaula.
No, they're so popular. The numbers prove that the audience is growing and they want to see the ladies fight. As we see Reyes, who's just 20, 2 inches shorter, 3 inches less on the reach. She is the favorite here in the atom weight. Let's go to La Voz, Lupe.
Continuamos con el duelo coestelar de esta noche, 3 vueltas. División peso átomo. We continue with our co-featured bout of the evening, 3 rounds in the atom weight division. Los jueces son, the judges are Richard Green, James Lázaro y Lorenzo Toledo. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando en la esquina azul, vestida de negro, introducing the blue corner, wearing black. Su peso oficial, 105 libras, her official weight, 105 pounds. Esta noche se lanza a las grandes ligas en las artes marciales mixtas. Dentro de la jaula de combate global tonight, she makes the leap into the big leagues of MMA inside of la jaula de Santiago, Chile. Melissa Gomez. Su contraria en la esquina roja, her opponent in the red corner, vestida de blanco, wearing white. Her official weight, 105 1/4 pounds. Su peso oficial, 105 libras y un cuarto. Igual que su rival, debuta a nivel profesional dentro de la jaula. Like her opponent, she too is making her professional debut. De Ensenada, Baja California, México, JHARELY Reyes. El referí, Raúl Porrata.
El gran bigote, Raúl Porrata.
Obedezcan sus órdenes y protesten en todos momentos. Toquen guantes y regresen a sus esquinas.
Now, JHARELY Reyes, who's in white, looks like the girl next door, looks like your kid's sister's friend. She is very short in stature. When she won that fight, she was 17. But looks can be deceiving. Everything we've heard from her is she's a killer. already puts Gomez down.
You know, I just took a notice of the face, her reaction when they announced her name. She could tell that she's so humbled, and it's almost like my dream came true. I am inside in the big league, La Jaula of Combate Global. You can tell this young lady is very happy to be inside. Oh,
good hit by Gomez.
Right by Gomez.
The striking game on display, very aggressive start. Now Reyes is an elite athlete. You will see that in her kicks, in the way she's able to move.
Gomez too has much to prove to herself. She recently became a mother. She said, I want to prove to myself that I could overcome that. Being a mother has changed me as a person, but as a fighter. And that was the toughest challenge for her, to come back after giving birth and now dedicating her life as a mixed martial artist. It was a challenge, but she accomplished that. Hence, today she is in La Jaula taking on Reyes, she has great boxing stance, man. You can tell the hard work that she's been putting in. Great stuff.
Good combination.
Clip,
Reyes, who trains with the Blaxicans, who are already 1-0. Ernesto Ibara victorious. Reyes' brother, Carlos Reyes, also on this card, will give you that result. We may be able to show you that fight if we have time later this evening. Several times an amateur MMA and kickboxing champ. Down there in Ensenada, originally from Tijuana, they talk about her. She is past every threshold. Now at an attempt perhaps to an armbar. Gomez, wise to the world, gets out of there. Are you surprised with this start from Gomez?
Yes, she had great hands, man. Very fast pace, sharp.
All the pub was on Reyes coming in, and rightfully so. Again, when you're dealing with Chilean fighters, you just don't know. There's just not enough tape, not enough of a sample size to give you the idea if they are ready for the bright lights.
But it's crazy to think that this is only their professional debut, but you could have sworn these ladies have been fighting for some time now. I mean, these girls are game.
Gomez, who has fought as a boxer, and you could see that with those quick hands, trying to set up the big power punch. Oh, into the ribs.
Gomez does have the height and reach advantage. Reyes called Gomez to go to the floor, and Gomez didn't want none of that.
This is it. This is, when it comes to weight classes, as low as Combate goes at 105 in the atom weights.
Well, let's see what the game plan for Reyes is. Is it, let's get Gomez to get, let's get Gomez to,
Reyes goes down.
And then Reyes again calling Gomez to go to the floor. Reyes is not going to do it. I mean, Gomez is not going to do it. Keep kicking those thighs.
Yeah, got some good
she got some
licks in
there, yeah.
Raul Porata will break him up. That's probably the call. That was going nowhere. As Reyes now takes the center of the jaula on the receiving end of most of the power punches here from Gomez. Trying to slip that uppercut underneath.
Gomez, so the more confident, I would say, in this fight. I mean, she's swinging. She feels very confident in her striking and her skills. Great right hand.
Oh, there's a right hand, Reyes.
Just to keep those hands up, though. She can't get sloppy. Reyes is just like that lion, you know, just watching, waiting for that opportunity.
Well, we've seen enough from Gomez to say if that right punch connects, catches are coming in, it could be lights out.
She definitely could be out like a light, as Drake says.
Reyes closing in, looking to catch some of that firepower. It seems she can take some starch out of Gomez. Everyone's swinging wildly there. Nothing connects. Now working the lead leg.
Great kick from Reyes in that calf. Trying to go for a front kick. Reyes moved out.
A couple feints there from Reyes.
Yeah, Reyes is just patiently waiting for that gap to go inside and work. Gomez just swinging away. Now the kicks. She needs to keep those hands up, though. When she throws that wild, she needs to be cautious.
Close to finishing up round one, and those tree trunk legs by Reyes took some punishment, but she will be good, but needs a little change of game plan in round two as we end with a flourish.
Oh, man. Good stuff from these women.
Certainly some coaching here in the corner of Reyes, and she's got some great coaches. The Blaxicans well represented. Getting some of the eyelashes out of it. Sometimes you lose some cartilage or maybe a piece of flesh. Eyelashes new, but hey, it's all is fair.
All right, here we go. The breakdown of that first round, opening up the round with that calf kick that brought Gomez to the floor. You would have thought that maybe Reyes would finish it very on, but that's not the case. Gomez's boxing has just been very sharp, very skilled. She just has to keep those hands up when she throws in wild.
We are ready for round two in our co-main event. Surprising first round to many. JHARELY Reyes listed as the favorite here because of her background, because of her connections with such a successful gym. However, someone forgot to tell that to Melissa Gomez.
You know, open up right before the opening of the round, they closed up on Reyes' face. That left eye is a little bit swollen up. And I know we were talking about that eyelash, but it seemed a little red.
Oh, there's a good right hand by Gomez over the top. So active.
Yeah,
kind of came in, and Reyes was able to connect with the left cross.
Oh, look,
take down.
Gomez very flashy.
Now, Gomez can't make a mistake. She kind of went into the lion's den there.
Yeah, Reyes is going to try to see if she changes levels, goes to the ground.
Got that knee way up, and it got caught.
All right, let's see. Let's see now with the ladies that were up for here in the ground.
Gomez doesn't want any part of the ground. Does not want any part of it.
Gomez knows that she has been very effective in the stand-up game. That's where she wants to maintain it.
That's the right call by Raul Porata, but I think Gomez would say, let me get a few more licks in. That's what I did the last time. And Gomez wins the first round. Official scoring.
Rightfully so. I think it was
changing levels a bit.
Fair decision by the judges, no doubt.
Rodolfo Reyes is fighting a patient game. You can be patient for a while, but then you can't.
Yeah, you have to move forward. You have to attack. I know that she wanted to go to the ground, but let's face it, Gomez does not. So if she doesn't, you got to force her to go. Go for the takedowns. Let's see some of your...
Oh, big hit! Right! Followed by a combination. Gomez is
Reyes is in trouble. Reyes is in trouble. Look at her face.
Yeah, she can't defend herself.
Yeah, look at her reaction. Right
now, bringing some heat.
She got hit with a brick.
South America standing up tonight. Zarauz, the Peruvian, and now Gomez, the Chilena.
Yeah, look at Reyes' composure, her face. It's not what it was.
No, she just stopped moving too.
Like she just saw lightning.
Gomez should go for it here because Reyes is still reeling.
Gomez very confident. She needs to keep consistent. Just don't throw one shot. You got to be 1, 2, 3, follow up. If it's there for you, finish it. As far as Reyes, explore. Go
Just
for
a bad,
takedown.
it's a bad matchup for Reyes. She's got to find something different. She wheels out of danger.
Look, that lead leg is there. Shoot, right there. You can shoot. There you go. She attempted right there. But Gomez pulled
not there.
real fast.
Gomez now hitting the lead leg. Oh,
yeah,
here comes.
we go.
Reyes unfurls.
See, and you hear the corner of Reyes says, get close, because that leg, Gomez puts that leg for you.
But those combinations, if nothing else, gave Reyes some confidence. Closing the gap, closing the gap. A little further, taking the center.
Reyes should feint the hand and go for the takedown.
This is why these women's divisions at 105, the atom weight, 115 straw, 125 flyweight, have people excited all over the planet. The numbers on our Spanish language telecast when the women fight on Univision, soon in Televisa down in Mexico, through the roof.
Kudos for Gomez, great footwork. Every time the Reyes attempts to come in, quickly moves away.
Wow, missed by Gomez. You see the length that she possesses, and she's using every inch of it.
Man, she's
little smile from Gomez.
Fast pace. She can see Reyes coming in from a mile away.
Yeah, she has Reyes in the crosshairs.
Great reach. Using that to her advantage. She knows what she has. She knows her arsenal. And she used it towards her advantage.
Couple connect, the last one misses. That was the power punch. Getting red on that left quad of Reyes. Returns with the lead leg. Under a minute to go here. Gomez in a nice, comfortable zone, doing all the moving.
Reyes is just stationary. She's not moving much, not attempting any takedowns, not throwing enough shots. She's just waiting. She's just waiting. But you gotta move.
Reyes lost the first round. Looks like she's losing the second. She does have finishing power in her amateur days. Good kicks. This is good. Tranquilita is the message from Reyes. Take it easy. Get in your groove. Pick your spots.
We're up to 19 seconds max. Second round. You know you already lost the first round.
Over the top. Gomez was close there. Glancing blow.
Gomez is going for the knockout.
Getting into range, which is maybe not the best strategy if you're Gomez. We're heading to round 3.
But Gomez is just very cut. Look at those eyes. She's just vicious. She knows that she has this fight in her pocket. And what's very impressive, Max, is that she's going for the win. She's not waiting for the judges. Look at that. Boom! Right hand that shook Reyes. Woke her up saying, welcome to La Jaula. Another shot again. I mean, this Gomez is non-stop. Amazing work from Gomez.
Pro debut for both these fighters. We are ready for round 3. As we said, pro debut. Such a huge difference from 1-0 and 0-1. Melissa Gomez is in the driver's seat in black.
At this point, Reyes just needs to go.
Set up a submission.
Go for the ground. The leg has been there for you. Yes, Gomez is very smart with her footwork. Every chance that she sees Reyes coming in, she quickly moves. So you got to use that feint. You got to fake her out, use that opportunity, and shoot. I think she's only attempted it once, and quickly she moved. And that's pretty much it. That's all she did.
A little bit more movement from Reyes, which is a step in the right direction.
A little more lateral movement.
Problem is Gomez is moving more, not showing any fatigue.
Yes, it's just so. And look at that. Look at her shoulder. Look at shoulders of Gomez, which really plays a huge role. It confuses the fighter. That's what they always tell you. Look at the eyes. Don't look at the shoulders. They're going to tell you exactly where you're going to go.
Just a lesson in movement, too, from Gomez. Not stopping for a moment. Every angle, every corner.
Gomez is just dictating this fight. Look, she moves to the right. Reyes follows, then she'll flip it on her and go to the other side. Just confuse Reyes.
Not much different in the body language or the fight right now from Reyes. Just gets caught there with that left hook.
Gomez is just very confident.
It's just not gone to plan. It's not been a good matchup. Reyes is now just eating kicks.
It's like Reyes is like a deer in the headlights. She's not that doing anything.
Nope. She's taking a turn for the worse in this third round. Remember, just 20 years of age. Can you only imagine what's going through her mind?
You know, coming into La Jaula Combate Global, knowing that all these eyeballs are watching you on live TV, all of that plays a role. This is not amateurs anymore. This is the pro levels. You look at the open scoring. Second round also went for Gomez.
It's been a high-level fight for for women that are making their pro debuts. Yeah. You get confirmed that Gomez won both rounds.
You would never think that this would be their debut.
Reyes, we know, can fight much better than this, but still, she's been game. She's taken and eaten punches and kicks and still there halfway through round 3.
Like right there, she had that chance to go for the legs and she moved away. Reyes, and you hear the corner of Reyes say, go down, go down.
Gotta try and go for the takedown.
Have to do it.
Time running short. Reyes has to finish this fight.
Gomez is just too quick with her footwork, though. It's very difficult for Reyes to achieve it. And she switches stance a lot. See how that great footwork?
There's at least an attempt.
There's another attempt, but
let's get a little bit lower. It's way too high.
She ran into a barricade.
Also telegraphed it, but still worth the attempt. Go again. Looking to bend those knees a little bit more where she can come in waist high. Good kick.
but not enough. Gomez still moving around.
Maneuvering out. Reyes got 1:40 to go.
I'm sure Gomez's teammate Gloria Bravo's watching this. She'll be
Gotta be very proud. And Gomez was so clear in saying what an impact Gloria Bravo has made. And these little fish hook uppercuts.
She did a little uppercut to throw her off.
Good kick. Reyes, can she build off of that?
And look,
The corner telling Reyes, your time is running short.
Yeah.
They said a minute with 1:20. See if that would get her going.
Gomez is switching stance. It's just really confusing Reyes. She just can't find the gap.
She got in close quarters. That hurt Gomez.
Oh, you gotta follow through. It's not 1-2. You gotta have more shots than that if you want to finish it. There we go. You have to go for it.
You're gonna eat some to give some.
That's just how it works in this fight, King.
There he goes. We got less than a minute, JHARELY from the corner. Again, one last rush. She may have one more of those in her, and she has to finish the movement.
But Gomez is just too quick. She's just too fast in that footwork. And she can see it. She smells it. And she uses that range very well. Uses that jab to push Reyes away. Reyes just can't find that opportunity. She got 17 seconds to go.
3 weeks ago, it was Claudio Quintana. Wasn't on the original card, and the Chilean came in to get a huge win over Choco Castillo. And now, it's going to happen again. Melissa Gomez from pillar to post.
Congrats.
With a boxing clinic. We are back. And it's going to be a crowning moment for Melissa Gomez. And just to finish that story, well, we'll get to that in a moment. Let's get the official decision from La Voz, Lupe Contreras.
Después de completar 3 vueltas dentro de la jaula, los jueces Toledo y Green entregan tarjetas idénticas de 30-27. After completing 3 rounds inside of la jaula, judges Toledo and Green turn in identical scores of 30-27. Y el juez Lázaro anotó 29-28. Judge Lázaro scores it 29-28 in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. A favor de la ganadora por decisión unánime. De Chile, Melissa Gomez.
To finish that story, she was training. Her daughter put a finger in a fan. She was afraid she could lose a finger. She was worried she might lose her. She didn't. It hit her hard. But look at what she's done now. She is a winner.
Mi nombre es Javier Reyes, tengo 28 años y soy de Bogotá, Colombia. Mi último oponente fue Carlos Calvo, el Changuito, era un oponente de Costa Rica, un tipo muy duro, muy difícil, pero creo que se encontró la manera de contrarrestar su habilidad, ¿no? Y digamos que ha sido una de las peleas más difíciles que he tenido. Mi oponente se llama Luis Gómez de Cuba, es una persona muy fuerte, es un oponente que tiene la base de la lucha, entrena en América Top Team, tiene un buen récord, tiene explosividad, es peligroso con las manos, pero creo que la expectativa es que eso se va a acabar en el segundo round a mi favor, ya sea un knockout o ya sea sumisión, pero eso no pasa al segundo. Mi estilo de pelea lo describo como impredecible y siempre para adelante, como un camión. Yo creo que voy a ganar porque yo soy una persona que no se rinde nunca, que siempre va para adelante y creo que jamás me he noqueado, ¿sí? Entonces creo que esta persona no... ¿Cómo le ganas a alguien que nunca se rinde? Van a ver a un Javier Blair más fuerte que nunca, siempre para adelante, siempre con confianza. Vamos con todo y la idea es noquear, así que van a ver una verdadera pelea. Bueno, Luis, espero que te hayas preparado mucho porque yo lo he hecho y vengo con todo. Yo vengo a ganar, así que ahí nos vemos.
Miami loves a main event. It's coming your way next for a global audience. Featherweights, Luis Gomez, Javier Reyes had a chance to get a little bit of an introduction there to the Colombian. We talked a lot about him, but what about the Iron Tiger? Here's a look at Luis Gomez.
Lo que más me gusta de practicar MMA es que amo mi trabajo, es para lo que nací. Disfruto todo el procedimiento que consiste en hacer una pelea y el entrenamiento. Mi sumisión favorita es el kimura, el triángulo, el ámbar, varias tengo. La pelea se puede desarrollar lo mismo arriba que abajo, pero pienso que tengo las condiciones para terminarlo arriba o abajo. Esta noche pueden esperar de mí un combate explosivo, un combate de mucho poder, de muchos golpes, buenas sumisiones. Si él quiere obtener la victoria, tiene que ir por otro lado, porque yo voy 100% a buscar la mía.
Lo que más me gusta en mi país, yo diría que es la comida y los lugares. Colombia tiene unos lugares muy bonitos para visitar. Mi estilo de pelea lo describo como impredecible y siempre para adelante, como un camión. Mi último oponente fue Carlos Calvo, el Changuito, y digamos que ha sido una de las peleas más difíciles que he tenido.
De Colombia, Javier Reyes.
Yo creo que voy a ganar porque yo soy una persona que no se rinde nunca, que siempre va para adelante. Y ¿cómo le ganas a alguien que nunca se rinde? Vamos con todo y la idea es noquear, así que van a ver una verdadera pelea.
It's ready for the main event. Reyes, 2 years the senior. He's got a 1-inch height advantage and 2.5 inches via the reach. La voz, Lupe Contreras. Take it away.
Este es el duelo estelar de esta noche. This is the main event. 3 rounds in the featherweight division. 3 vueltas división peso pluma. Los jueces son Lorenzo Toledo, Richard Green y James Lázaro. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. En la esquina azul, vestido de azul in the blue corner, wearing blue. Su peso oficial, 148 libras y un cuarto. He weighed in officially at 148 1/4 pounds. En su 15º combate a nivel profesional, con 9 victorias y 5 derrotas, he enters la jaula for the 15th time as a pro, with 9 victories against 5 losses. De Ciego de Ávila, Cuba, Luis Iron Tiger Gómez. Su contrario en la esquina roja, vestido de rojo, his opponent in the red corner, wearing red. Su peso oficial, 144 libras y media. He weighed in officially at 144 1/2 pounds. En 14 combates a nivel profesional, mantiene un récord de 11 victorias y 3 derrotas. En 14 professional bouts, he maintains a record of 11 victories against 3 losses. De Bogotá, Colombia, Javier BLAIR Reyes. El referee, Alana Vélez.
Alana Vélez, the third inside the jaula for the main event.
Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch him up, go ahead. Come out fighting. Judge. Judge. Judge.
BLAIR Reyes, Rodolfo, inside the locker room before coming out. He played GNR, Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
Love it. We have seen Reyes improve every time we have seen him inside the jaula. I had a chance to call his fights back in 2019, 2018. He was a punching bag. He is tough as nails, but he sat there and took punch after punch. Things started to change in December of that year when he beat Joe Neal via rear naked choke. May of 2021, he beat John Simon via second round TKO. September of last year, Carlos Calvo, who in my books beat Levi Marroquin but didn't get the nod on that night, couldn't answer the bell in the 3rd round. 3 straight wins for Reyes.
Reyes already, he did his homework. You can tell Gomez attempted to go for the takedown, but quickly defended. Very well, there it is.
Wow.
He's done this many, many times in his career, and it worked to his benefit. In fact, he even knocked out 2 of his opponents that way. It's a signature move in judo.
A judoka of the highest order, Gomez, as he crawls the back of Reyes. Reyes fighting for Colombia, probably fighting for his flag more than any Combate history in the short history of Combate. He is training completely in Colombia. He doesn't want to use the advantage, which is normally the case, of fighting a chance. Beautiful armbar, Kimura attempt.
Beautifully
Unbelievable
attempted.
transitions.
If he's able to get that, I mean, that's picture perfect.
He's a strong guy, really tugging at Reyes. What a change of fortunes here.
Wow. Yeah, ever since I saw that fight.
Gets his arm out.
Previously, oh, good defense there by Reyes.
Listen to the crowd in here. Everyone's into it. The family of Reyes is here, which was surprising him. He's aware of it now.
That's that improvement that Gomez did in that previous fight, and we're seeing it here again inside La Jaula. But Reyes, much improvement as well, showing up great defense.
To get his arm out of there is a big eye-opener, no?
Yeah, that just show you that he has been working.
Kimura
attempt as well here. And listen, he has much to put at stake. If he wins, it shows that Colombia's got what it takes, like he stated earlier in the pre-show. Hey, if you're a Colombian mixed martial artist, or if you want to be an MMA fighter, you don't have to go anywhere. You can get all the training here. We have all the tools in Colombia.
The Pied Piper of Colombian MMA, although he's not going to take kids and rats out of town and lead them to the river. It's a good Pied Piper, so to speak.
Great stuff so far from
Asking him to hit the knees. Gomez, beautiful balance.
That inside trip got shot down. Reyes now giving a taste of his medicine.
The Mataleon, the triangle, the rear naked, trying to dig it in. Wow. 2 minutes here in this first action-packed round.
This is just great stuff from both these guys. And Reyes, really impressive.
Luis Gomez in April in the lightweight tournament beat Tommy Aaron, lost to Alejandro Sanchez in the final.
He's in tough position. Gomez is in tough position.
And
here,
a long
Max.
way to go before the bell.
He got the mount. Landing those shots. He's in a really critical position because if he gives his back, it's an opportunity for
big forearms and elbows.
Oh, and
more forearms. Gomez in big trouble.
And La Jaula's right there.
Full mount.
This is where Reyes wants him. He can stay here all day. He can certainly going for a half Nelson to turn him around.
Gomez is trying to get a rest so that he can at least try and make a transition almost. Another armbar there. Wow. Peppering him. This is unbelievable from Reyes. He was in a little trouble. His arm was in peril. He pulled it out. There's the family of Javier Reyes. Full mount again.
Man, the nerves that they must be going through. Full mount. Now this is his perfect position for Reyes. Land these shots.
He got him here. Can he continue it for 40 seconds? If he can, this thing won't go to a second round. Gomez fighting for his life to get out of there. His hips are turned to a 45-degree angle.
Abel is giving Gomez, making sure that he's still in the fight.
Oh, they might stop this.
Yeah.
Gomez covers up. 20 seconds.
Gomez turning up.
It's not going to go.
20 seconds left.
It's over.
It's over. Wow.
Que viva Colombia.
Woo.
He keeps getting better. Javier Blair Reyes, the pride of Bogota. A fourth straight victory. Colombia's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. He took a risk. He had his camp in Colombia, and he delivered. Wow. Another cracker of a main event. We shall return to put a bow on an amazing evening for that man. I haven't been calling MMA for all that long. I'm sorry about that Iron Maiden reference. It was terrible. I haven't been calling MMA all that long, but what I've seen, I first saw Javier Reyes, I said he's a marginal fighter, has a lot to learn. This guy has put the work in, and he has become an elite fighter, fighting better opponents and looking better in the process every time, Rodolfo.
Word for word, every time. improvement day by day. Good stuff.
Lupe Contreras.
El tiempo oficial, 4 minutos 42 segundos del primer episodio. The official time, 4 minutes 42 seconds of the opening round. Your winner, by way of TKO, el ganador por nocaut técnico de Colombia, Javier BLAIR Reyes.
That's just very impressive, Max.
He lost his first 2 fights in Combate.
Look at that.
And then he's ripped off.
And look at the family walking in, Max.
To his surprise.
Didn't know that.
He was not aware that the Reyes family was there. What a moment.
That is so cool.
You know, Colombia didn't qualify for the World Cup this winter. I know it doesn't replace us, but what a moment for Colombian sports.
I don't know, Reyes is still, if he's aware, he's probably so many emotions. See a close-up, he's teary-eyed. He didn't anticipate his family being there. He's just got a victory, potentially probably the biggest victory of his career. And to see his family inside La Jaula, you can't get any better than that. Picture-perfect ending.
And I love how he beat the clock. We were counting it down. There was 18 seconds before Alan Abela stepped in and said, no más. We'll be back. A look back at the first round and only round of this main event. Luis Gomez, a decorated, fantastic fighter, came in a little over the limit at 145. Almost had this one as he tried to set up that armbar. And there it was.
Yeah, that's the armbar that he attempted to do, but Reyes, great defense in the ground game with the grappling, was very patient, didn't get any nervous, just waited for the right opportunity to pull out, and then he attempted to go for a rear naked choke, but Gomez, of course, the very well-experienced fighter, was able to prevent him from applying that submission. However, he didn't have any success here as Reyes pummeled Gomez. He had him towards La Jaula and then later on moved the fight towards closer to the center of La Jaula, just pouncing away. Gomez just wasn't really doing much defending himself. Alan Abela stepped in, asked him, do something or I'm gonna stop it. And well, rightfully so, safety is first. Alan Abela stops the fight. Gomez upset for the call, but it was the right call. He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't defending at that position. Again, Gomez didn't agree with it, but you're gonna get that when you're a fighter, right? You never want the fight to end. You want to go till the end. But what a successful victory for Reyes. Not only for Reyes, but for Colombia as well.
It's huge, huge for Colombia. People are watching it down there and they're inspired. It takes one to open the door for the next, and that's exactly what Reyes said he wanted to do. As we look at the stats, it doesn't tell what happened. Luis Gomez had a chance there. It slipped away, and then it was one-way traffic for Javier Reyes.
So cool. And Gomez did come a few pounds overweight. We don't know if he was trying to cut the weight to make the proper weight. Maybe that caused him maybe some energy. You know, all those questions, of course, he's going to have to revisit his next bout and make some changes for Gomez.
We'll be back.
David Martínez.
Oye, bien bloqueó esa pelea.
Ahora lo busca la vuelta. Entra los codazos, vuelta izquierda, está atacando. Ya lo tiene. Puede atacar. Gran apoyo. Todo por la vía del knockout.
And an unforgettable evening for Javier Reyes and for Colombian MMA, a guy who put the work in. Who knew if he would last at Combate after 2 disappointing defeats where he was clearly on the short end. But he's put the work in. We see it so many times. It's a crazy sport. You very rarely go unbeaten. You rarely don't win fights if you're in this game. You might catch guys on a bad day. It's hard to keep that standard. But when you see those massive steps of improvement, it's very telling of a fighter.
And to believe in yourself. You had 2 defeats. At that point, you question yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror and say, should I continue? He never quit. He believed in himself. He believed in the system that he's been taught over in Colombia. Yes, he's had his training in other places in the United States and elsewhere. But this time around, a full camp in Colombia just goes to show you that how much of an impact MMA has been all over the world. As we take a listen to Reyes.
No, agradecido. Vino mi familia.
I'm happy,
mis
my
amigos
family's here.
están viendo. No,
My
mejor
friends
dicho,
are
creo
watching.
que es el mejor, uno de los mejores días que he tenido.
This is one of the best days I've ever had.
No, yo sabía que iba a ser un primer round pesado. Luis Gómez se caracteriza por ser explosivo. Yo dije, no, si sobrevivo el tren a un camión, un primer round, ya, yo creo que ya teníamos la pelea en el bolsillo. Sin embargo,
But if I took that first round, then
creo que ahí está la cabeza. Ahí juegas mucho la cabeza.
I use my brain a lot.
No, pues Colombia está acá para apoyarme. Eso yo creo que es una fuerza
Colombia
extra,
supported
así
me.
como dicen la genkidama, algo así. Y sí.
Again, we're translating here on the spot.
Mi mamá y mi
As
papá.
you see the family,
Y mis hermanos,
the mom, the
todos.
dad, the brothers.
All smiles. They have to be so proud.
Sorry with the impromptu translation. Now, this is live,
No,
folks.
pues para una mamá debe ser difícil. Y yo también decía, no, están aquí todos,
He
¿cómo voy a
thought that
perder?
this was hard. How am I
Porque
going to lose? I know they're
saqué la
here.
garra ahí por mi familia y por
I'm going to
el
do it for
país,
my family, for my
por mí
country,
mismo también.
and for myself as well.
Yo creo que lo primero que vamos a hacer
The
es ir a
first thing I'm
comer
going
una
to do is
hamburguesa
I'm
en
going to go eat
McDonald's.
and eat
o
a
algo así.
hamburger at McDonald's. McDonald's, really, Javier?
Fine choice.
Bueno, y muy agradecido aquí
I'm
porque
very,
pues con
thankful
esto yo quería
because
probar
of this.
que puedo dar
I
145
wanted to
libras
do,
y así
or I
darme
can
el pase a
compete
la
at
Copa Combate de este
145,
año.
and I want to be part of Copa Combate this year.
Claro que sí.
These are, when you start broadcasting, these are the stories you want to tell, and it's a storybook. And now you project where you can see it. The sky's the limit for this guy. We know there's several places where you watch MMA, but this is a legit star who has put the time in, and based on demolishing Luis Gomez did have that one transition where it was close, and after that he was getting belted.
It was Reyes all day. Great stuff from the Colombian.
Next week, it is what they call the tent pole, and we will be on a special Sunday. You will see the Black Spartan, David Martinez. Maybe there's a Martinez-Reyes fight in the not-too-distant future. We can always think about what lies ahead. He will face Arturo El Macaco Vergara, the kickboxer from Chile, undefeated. Jordan Sanchez, Boazo, Gil Aranz. Be there or be square. Just be there.
Martinez's title will not be on the line, but he's taking on a game fighter on Vergara, who just picked up a flying knee victory at 9 seconds in the first round. Whew. Should deliver, folks.
Do you hear that sound?
What's that?
I think I can hear a car starting and Megadeth blasting. Javier Reyes is going to enjoy the night. Enjoy your McDonald's.
I see him in the mosh pit.
We are out of time. Make sure you join us next Sunday, 9 nights from now, on behalf of our entire crew. Arsenio Izquierdo, Victor Bagué, Rodolfo Roman. My name is Max Pretos. Plácido Domingo.